It's so stressful here.
Work 3 hour days.
Good afternoon, all rise please. Circuit Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Bailey presiding.
Good afternoon. I'm sorry for the delay. Please be seated. Okay, so let me just, what I'm going to do first is call the calendar and just sort of sort through what we've got and who's where and so on and so forth, because I'm not familiar with the cases. Because obviously I'm covering for Judge Thornton. So Ditech versus Lopez.
That says we're here.
Yes, sir.
Okay, you guys ready?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and how many witnesses?
One witness, Judge.
Okay. Reverse Mortgage Solutions versus Lakeview.
Yes, Your Honor, over here.
Ready?
Step around the computer.
Yeah.
Yes, Your Honor. So, Attorney William Bennett for the plaintiff. We're ready. I'll actually have 2 witnesses, but there should be no one here contesting, so it should be 10 minutes.
Okay. Federal Mortgage versus Fannie Mae versus Farrow.
Your Honor, plaintiff's here, this is a consent.
Okay, be right with you. Wilmington versus Kamnick.
No one has checked in on that so far, Your Honor.
Deutsche Bank versus Carter.
Yes, good afternoon, Your Honor. Gloria Hill for the plaintiff. We have a guardian license here. There's going to be uncontested. We did what they told us to do.
Okay, I'll be right with you then. US Bank versus Celebration Point.
Your Honor, that's me as well. Plaintiff's here, borrower's defaulted, so it's uncontested.
The association's here, Your Honor, but we're not contesting it.
Okay, can I get the consent up first, please? What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do the consent, then I'm gonna do the uncontested, so I can get them out, and I'll take the US as consent. And if you can hand me the final judgment and the note, is this based on default or agreement?
This is an agreement. It's been filed with the court, but if you'd like to see it, I have it with me as well.
I can see it.
It's only for 120 days.
Okay, did they waive deficiency?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. There you go, there's that back. Okay, and the date, the sale date,
Is January 14th.
okay. Great.
Your Honor, we have the same attorney on number 6.
Okay, you also have US Bank?
Yes, US Bank versus Celebration Point Condo.
Okay. So I'll call that one up first, if I'm contested against.
I have a consent, Your Honor. I was the one that was added at the bottom there.
Yeah, okay, when you come on up, you do the consent real quick.
And the borrower present here, Your Honor, Mr. Minor.
Okay.
We're on, the current style of case is Wilmington Savings Fund Society.
Hi, come on up, Mr. Hunter, so I want to make sure you understand what's going on. Can you hand me the note and the proposed final judgment?
Yes, Your Honor.
What was the deal? Anything?
120 days.
Okay, so you,
Well, we have 130 days, actually. So I put the January 23, 2019 date in the final judgment already, Your Honor.
okay, perfect.
And I've shared it with Mr. Minor.
Okay. So, Mr. Meyer, let me explain what I'm doing, so you know. I'm checking the note to make sure it's properly endorsed. And I'm stumped because the endorsement is from JP Morgan Chase. Oh, there it is. Okay, got it. It works. Okay, so I'm canceling the note. That means that the note is no longer negotiable and nobody can make any claim on the note because the note becomes part of the final judgment. You with me on that?
Yes.
Now, this is a consent final judgment. Were there unknown parties in possession?
No, there are,
Then they shouldn't be part of the,
well, they've been default, oh, I apologize, Your Honor. They were served, there were unknown parties in possession that were served and defaulted.
who?
Let's see what their names were.
And do you have another copy of the final judgment? Because I
Yes,
just
Your Honor.
waited that out.
Let's see, Mr. Minor.
Did anybody else live at the house with you, sir?
Let's see, unknown. Unknown parties in possession, rent paid to refuse, now known as John Doe. Timothy Lee Minor Senior refused to confirm or deny the name and number of unknown occupants at this location. I guess that's you, are you the senior?
Yes.
Okay. Stated he is 53 years old, the date and time of service, height and weight estimated, identified myself as certified process server, and was wearing a court-issued picture identification. So I guess,
Okay,
it
so,
appears there were no unknown tenants, but the process server
right,
said there was a refusal to identify.
yeah, well, I understand.
So I have another proposed final judgment.
No, I'm just gonna strike them because there are no unknown parties
Okay, that's fine.
located. Okay. Okay, you just are doing principal and interest, no fees.
Correct, Your Honor.
Okay. Do you have any questions for me, Mr. Meyer?
No.
Okay, so I'm entering the final judgment pursuant to your agreement to do so. Wait for your paperwork, okay? The property will be sold on January 23rd, 2019. Okay?
Okay.
Right, thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Excuse me, I just do have one question.
Yeah.
I'm in the middle of a short sale, so if I sell the property before then,
You can't sell the property, it's not your property anymore. You have to get their agreement to sell the property,
okay,
okay?
okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay. Can you swear in with us, please?
Yes, ma'am.
Please state your name.
Renee Lopez.
Okay, can I get the proposed final judgment? So sure.
Okay, and Your Honor, as the borrower is defaulted and no parties are contesting, request to go directly to damages?
Has been defaulted.
Yes, Your Honor.
So this is a default final judgment. Go ahead.
Okay, please state your name and the name of your employer.
My name is Renee Lopez. My employer is Select Portfolio Servicing.
And what is the relationship of Select Portfolio Servicing to the plaintiff in this action?
My employer is servicing.
Okay, have you reviewed the records related to the loan that we're here about today?
I have.
Okay, and do those records include the loan payment history?
They do.
And did the loan payment history show this loan to be in default?
It does.
And did it show that if this default had been cured?
Default is yet to be cured.
Okay. Have you reviewed,
No attempt to modify?
No, ma'am.
Okay, thank you.
have you had a chance to review the proposed final judgment?
I have indeed.
And are the amounts shown in the proposed final judgment sure correct to review the payment
They
history?
do reflect our payment history.
Are you seeking reasonable attorney's fees as well?
Yes, ma'am.
And have you hired Choice Legal Group to pursue this action on your behalf?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and Your Honor, we're filing the original note and original recorded mortgage and requesting the 60-day sale date. The borrower, while the borrower has not attempted a loan modification, they are attempting reinstatement. So we're giving them enough time to do that. We request final judgment for the plaintiff. That too.
Okay, the court finds that as jurisdiction of the subject matter and parties, having heard the testimony. So you've looked at the numbers on the final judgment, they're still
I
correct?
have indeed. They do reflect our financial breakdown statement, Your Honor.
Okay. And your financial breakdown statement is true and correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
The second,
No problem.
okay, so the court finds that foreclosure is in order. There's an $80 charge for insufficient funds. That's not really a damages on a
You
foreclosure,
can
so
strike that, Your Honor.
I did.
No
Thanks.
problem.
So I can't send a note, I find it to be properly endorsed. enter the final judgment. Now, do we have unknown tenants in this case?
There was one unknown tenant and
Mariel Cyril.
I have Tony Davila. Mariel Sella Hernandez is the unknown spouse.
Okay.
The unknown occupant, there is
So
an
is there
unknown.
any other unknown tenants?
Just the one, Your Honor. They were defaulted as well.
Okay, so the court enters the final judgment of foreclosure as the full contents of the stated herein sets the sale date as requested.
Thank you.
Right,
Thank you.
See you then.
take care. All right, let's see who else I'm up on.
We're uncontested, Your Honor. We're the first ones to
Oh,
work.
you are uncontested. You can see this?
Yeah, that's why I was standing up trying to not miss my
Maybe.
spot.
Hi,
Good morning, or good afternoon, Judge.
good afternoon.
And this is for the Diatech versus Lopez case.
Okay, and now it's uncontested or contested?
It's uncontested. The only thing is that there's quite a bit of equity in the property and the client would like to try to reinstate it or buy it out from one of the siblings.
So you're gonna ask me for an extended sale date?
We'd like 120 days. That's the only,
So are you entering a consent final judgment with
I don't have authority- authorization to do that.
Okay,
I swear affirm that the evidence you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
I do.
Thank you.
Okay. Is there any issue as to the truthful and accuracy of the note, the mortgage, the payment history, and what else is in there? The default letter?
I haven't found anything.
No. The answer is no.
No.
Okay. Right. Can I see those documents?
Yes, Judge. Notes of filings on top. There's also original loan modification in those documents as well.
Okay. Go ahead. You can start asking questions.
Okay, can you please state your name for the record, please?
Lisa DeRosa,
And who is your employer?
High-Tech Financial LLC,
And what is your position with your employer?
contested witness specialist.
And are you familiar with Diatech's business practices?
I am.
And have you had a chance to review this particular file today and review the business records for this particular loan?
Yes, I have.
Okay.
So you want this back? So you can look for them? Can I get a copy of your final judgment?
Yes.
Thanks. Do you pronounce it, do you write it D-E Rosa or R-D-I?
DE space ROSA.
Thank you.
I'm handing you this first document. Can you please identify this document for the court?
This is the original note.
And who are the parties to the original note?
That's okay, she's already stipulated to the authenticity of the original note,
Okay.
right?
Yes.
Is it easier for the court to just do a composite exhibit at the end?
That's fine. I just really want you to go over the numbers because I think we're at damages now.
Okay, we can go straight.
The note's in default, right?
Yes, it is.
Okay, there was an attempt at modification. The modification failed, correct?
Yes,
You gave credit for all payments made during the modification process?
yes, we did.
Okay, and so the loan slipped back into default, correct?
It did.
And you sent out another default letter, right?
Correct?
Okay, and the borrower has yet to cure the default, which was the subject of the second post-modification default letter.
Yes.
Go ahead.
I'm handing you two different documents. Do you identify those documents?
The first is the payment history for Omero Lopez loan.
Does this payment history show that the loan is currently in default?
Yes, it does.
And is this a true and accurate copy of your business records of the payment history for this particular loan?
Yes, it is.
And can you please
Can I
identify?
stop you for 1 second? Okay, this is for the bonus point round. Does anybody remember what they just changed the judgment interest rate to?
No.
No, nobody gets the bonus point. They changed the interest rate. It's
Is
about
it-
6%.
Oh, okay. Because I was going to say 5.97, so
Yeah, that's what it used to be. They just changed it. Mike, can you, send that? can you call Maria and ask if she can look on the computer and see if there's an email from Sandy Lonergan about the new judgment interest rate?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Go ahead.
And this second document, can you please identify that document, please?
It is the judgment figures for Omero Lopez.
And is this a true and accurate reflection of the business records and what is due and owing for this particular loan?
Yes,
And is this a business record for Ditech?
yes it is.
And were these two documents that you just identified, were they made at or near the time of the event recorded?
Yes, they were.
And were these two documents made by or from information transmitted by a person with knowledge?
Yes,
And was the document kept in the ordinary course of regularly conducted business activity?
There's no dispute as to the authenticity of the document.
Okay.
Are the documents, are the payments and credits and debits reflected in the payment history accurately reflected in the final judgment? Yes. Okay, so we started with a minimal suspense balance and an escrow balance, but you paid the taxes for 16, 17, and insurance for 16, 17, 18, correct?
correct.
And I just want to confirm again, you gave credit for all payments during the modification.
Yes, we did.
Okay, and those were credited to the payments, not to late charges or anything like that.
Correct.
Okay, great. Anything else, counsel, that you think I need to pin down?
No,
You want a sale date when?
120 days, so I can try to reinstate it.
Is there any
or pay it off.
objection?
I would prefer 90.
Judge, can we do 90 instead? That will still give them plenty of
I'll
time.
tell you why I don't really want to do 90.
It's Christmas.
90 is January 2nd.
Okay.
And you guys always come in and do the holiday moratorium, so January 14th is 120. Okay?
Thank you.
I've been here before, January 2nd, it's not fun.
No, there's actually not, there shouldn't be a sale calendar on January 2nd. I'm not sure why that's on this list. Right? You know what, will you remind me to make a note to call Sandra, because we, I think the sales to the first week. To like this, like for 6 or something like that. So, yikes. Okay, so, 120 days.
Thank you, Your Honor.
14, 2019.
Thank
And
you.
Judge, over no objection from the defendant, the documents that were identified, including the original documents.
Yep.
The amendment to the court.
Okay, so the court finds that it's jurisdictionally subject property and the parties. Is there, was there actually an unknown party served?
Yes, there is. The individual's name is Osmara Menendez, is the unknown tenant involved. And she was served.
Okay, there you go. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yep, you're right. Thank you. All right, okay, so now I'm back to this couple of uncontested, right? All right, so, let me start by getting the one out regarding advice, Deutsche Bank versus Carter.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Who witness, ma'am?
Yes.
Do you swear affirm that evidence will
Hey, great. Great.
I do.
Can I see the note on the proposed final judgment?
Here, this is an LNA. And we have the original LNA. Onto it.
This is a what?
Well, that's no affidavit. That's fine. But and we already started, the 45-day sale. Sometimes.
Okay, look. I want to have a conversation right now. Maria passed away.
Yes.
Her spouse is Roger.
Yes,
Roger's on, mortgage, right?
yes,
Roger's still alive.
yes.
Why are you proposing? Is this is a reverse or not a reverse?
No, this is not a reverse. It's not a reverse, it's just,
Yeah, I mean, it's switching.
yeah.
So she tried to get a divorce from him. She can never serve him because she couldn't find him.
Okay, so he's not in the house,
Right.
obviously.
No one's in the house.
No one's in the
No one's in
house.
the house. She had willed the property to her daughter,
Myra?
who, when I contacted her, didn't want it. But she was survived by two children, Alexandra and Daria was survived by two children who were autistic. And the parents took care of them, Gregory and Alexandra, were autistic children. She was survived by three siblings, David, Jose, and Myra. They had amended the complaint, included everybody, got a default judgment against everybody. When I spoke to the family members, they didn't want the property. Then they called me recently and I said, you need to get an attorney. They were defaulted already. They never did anything to try to stop the foreclosure, but they were aware of everything.
Okay, so they were aware of it.
Yeah, they were
So
served.
who on this list is autistic?
I have Gregory.
Gregory Carter. And his mother is named in the case?
It was Daria
His mother is Miriam, who passed.
Okay. And does he have a guardian or does he not have a guardian? He's not,
does not have a guardian.
okay, so he's sufficiently functioning, participating. There's no guardian.
No, there's no guardian.
Okay. All right, and how long ago did they contact you?
Before.
And you told them you need to file something.
Yeah, and I have documents. I emailed her back. I called her and I said, you know.
And when you're talking to her, you're talking about
The sister,
Myra?
yeah, because Myra inherited under the will.
Myra inherited under the will, she doesn't want it. Who's with Gregory right now? Who's Gregory with? I assume Gregory's an adult.
Yeah, I think he's with, I know he's with, hold on, I'll tell you.
Alexandra?
No, he's with Edinio.
Edinio?
Mm-hmm.
And who's Miriam Suarez?
Those are the parents. Those were the decedent's parents.
Decedent's parents, she passed, and then the
Okay.
decedent's parents is.
Hang on one second. Miriam's parents are Edinio and Miriam Suarez,
Exactly.
who are David Suarez and Jose Suarez.
The siblings, those are siblings of the decedent.
Okay, this is everybody on the planet that could conceivably take from the decedent.
I found them all and I searched, they included every single person.
Okay.
Yeah.
And everybody had a shot at being heard. Has everybody been defaulted?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, that's what I need.
July 3rd, there was default judgment against all of them.
Okay, great, thank you. I appreciate the thoroughness of your effort. It is commendable and refreshing.
Yes.
So, thank you. So it seems like the case can go forward. I just wanted to make sure that I had a full and robust understanding of who was who and what was where.
In my opinion, everyone's been served, everyone's been put on notice, everyone's been protected, and they've chosen not to, seek legal counsel.
Okay. All right, thank you. You may proceed, counsel. Do we swear in the witness?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Can I get the witness's name, please?
My name is Sherry, Sherry, Keeley, Keeley.
Okay, thank you. You may proceed.
What's the name of your employer?
Alpine Financial,
And what's the relationship between Auckland and the plaintiff in this matter?
they're the servicer.
Have you acquired knowledge regarding the subject matter mortgage?
I have.
Have you acquired that knowledge?
I review our servicing records.
Is your testimony today based on that review?
Yes,
Are those records kept in the ordinary course of Auckland's business?
they are.
It's a regular practice of Auckland to make and keep those records?
Yes,
Have you been trained to research and interpret those records?
I have.
And are those records made by individuals with the responsibility to enter the data accurately and contemporaneously with the events recorded?
Yes, they are.
Before me, Your Honor, as such, we're just going to proceed to damages on this.
Yeah, let me just ask one question on the costs. You have two entries on service of process, one for 962 and one for 155.20. You sure those aren't duplicates?
No, because we amended, so we had to reserve. That's why. When we amended, we had to add all the parties that the gap, as you said. So that's
Yeah,
why.
but it's still,
$1,500 is a lot of process serving, so I just want to make sure that the 962 would have been the original service. After that, you can serve everybody by mail. You don't have to reserve them. There's new service, but I'm just trying to figure out why the service would be almost $2,500 in this case.
Yeah, and I'm just saying, the reason is that the original only had her and her husband, or the two Carters, and as a result of the gal's search, we added, what is it now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 more tenants on it. That's
Okay,
why.
and were they all local?
One was, in South Carolina, and the other one in Georgia, and then Florida.
Okay. All right, go ahead.
Before me is the payment history. Did you review the payment history prior to trial?
Yes, I did.
Do these numbers report the amounts that are due and owing?
Yes.
Judge has the final judgment, and there's a copy of them for here. Did those numbers accurately reflect the amounts that are due and owing?
They do.
Did you review?
What did you do for property preservation in this case?
I'm not sure exactly. I know that they go and maintain the property, like cutting the yard. If there's a pool, then they have to maintain the pool. But I know most of it's like lawn maintenance for the property.
And you want $12,545. I know everybody's been defaulted, but it's almost $13,000 in charges.
They defaulted on January of 2016, so this is
2.5
years of maintaining the property.
Yeah. So how much do you pay a guy to cut the grass? Because for 13 grand for 2 years, I'll come cut the grass. That seems like a lot, unless you can tell me specifically, where is this located and how big is the yard?
Unless we can file an affidavit proving fund.
Is there, if you can tell me what this is for, like if you had to go in there because that place was getting torn up by squatters or something like that, I'm all in. But if, 13 grand, I mean, this is not $600 in property preservation. For 24 months at $100 a month, that's $2,400 for getting the grass cut.
It just says maintenance, landscaping, interior inspections.
Yeah, there's a whole
exterior
breakdown
repairs.
here. If you
Let me
want.
see it.
Yeah.
It starts here. There.
So this whole document's the judgment figures and the breakdown. So it starts here and then it's going all the way.
Take a look.
And that's the front of it. So. But I think I'm in the wrong business looking through it. I just know the address. I don't know what that residential area is called. Do you have the address on it?
Yeah, well, it's 13775
Yeah,
Southwest 180
I'm not
Terrace,
familiar with
but I'm
the
not familiar with the area. This is like retail. It's a little house.
What's the address?
13775 Southwest 180 Terrace. It's a single family home and it's 2,000 square feet.
Okay, so here's some of the challenges, right? That I'm just looking at. Okay, so there's $416 for exterior repairs. I get that. That at least tells me what they are, so I'm okay with that. Then there's 155.20 foreclosure cost. That looks like it's service or process, but that's in with here. Then there's a foreclosure fee of $525. Then there's maintenance of $850. This is in addition to $76 that I assume is for cutting the grass, and I'm okay with $76 for cutting the grass. And then on top of that, there's another $40 for maintenance. So then there's an $850 in maintenance, $350 for foreclosure fee, $120 for maintenance. I don't know what that's for. Then there's another $811 for maintenance, $115 for maintenance, $144 for maintenance, $560 for maintenance. Then there's another $1,587 for foreclosure cost. That's for the guardian ad litem, it looks like. Then there's another foreclosure fee of $175. I don't know what that is. $462 for maintenance, $304 for maintenance, $166 for maintenance, $350 is a foreclosure fee, $510 for maintenance, $125 for maintenance, a $690 foreclosure fee, $172 for foreclosure fee, $380 for maintenance, another $525 for a foreclosure fee. another foreclosure cost at $245, another foreclosure cost at $962. $120 for maintenance, $192 for maintenance, $503 for maintenance, $241 for maintenance, foreclosure cost at $1906, foreclosure fee at $1552. Maintenance $120, maintenance $555, maintenance $757, maintenance $362, maintenance $634, maintenance $120, maintenance $144. Maintenance $416. Wait, did they double print this? Yeah, there's double printed.
Did you want to strike some of it or have us submit an affidavit explaining?
No,
what each
today's your
individual-
day. I don't do supplemental
yeah, I'm not-
affidavits. So I don't, honestly, I don't know what all this is for, right? So there's thousands of dollars of expense here that's listed as foreclosure cost, and I don't know what that is. I recognize everybody's been defaulted, but, you know, I have a rule. I don't sign off on anything that I couldn't explain to my grandmother or the Miami Herald. So, or the people I'm foreclosing against. So I'll strike all of the foreclosure cost items because those are separately in this final judgment, it looks like. I mean, I don't know how you get to this total. So, and I'm gonna strike all the maintenance items over $100 because I don't know what those are for. The landscaping, you're good. Exterior repairs, you're good, but anything that's just designated as maintenance, it's over $100, I'm striking. So can you do that math for me? And may I ask the guardian to double check the math for me?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So other than that, I don't see a whole lot of problems on here.
It's right here.
You want a sale date on the 24th or the 29th? I can't read
Okay,
it.
put it the 29th, Your Honor.
Okay, 29th. Okay, go ahead. Anything else?
I'm already on this one. I don't know on that one, but because the number that you said is different than my gal cost was here. I think that's another cost here. You know, she said a 1,400 and change.
So let me do this. I'm going to pass you guys. Can you go sit down and try and figure out these numbers and then come back up? Thank you. Thanks. That's what I needed to know. Okay, so the interest rate now is 6.09, everybody. Oh, you know what? It's not. It's going up October 1st. Sorry. It's 5.97 now. It goes up October 1st. Sorry, you guys are right. I was wrong. Okay. Hi.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Can you swear in?
Both of your witnesses, you swear from the evidence of what the truth of the
Your Honor, if I may approach, I'll have a copy of the final judgment, certified copies of the mortgage, recorded assignment of mortgage, and the original loss note affidavit.
Okay, and did everybody get defaulted?
No, Your Honor, we have 7 parties.
Okay.
We have the unknown heirs who were defaulted. We have 3 known heirs. Henrietta and Clinton Phillips were represented by counsel who withdrew on Wednesday. Clinton Phillips appeared at that hearing and executed a consent in open court for a 90-day sale date. Henrietta is not represented by counsel and does have the affirmative defense of standing remaining.
Okay.
The remaining defendants are the Homeowners Association, the United States of America has a judgment against one of the heirs, and the United States of America on behalf of Secretary of Housing and Urban Development, who has a junior lien on the property. All those parties have been defaulted. So we will ask the court to let us present evidence today because Henrietta Phillips was not defaulted, did not consent, and does have the affirmative defense of standing remaining.
Okay, go ahead.
Great. My first witness, Your Honor, I will call Corey Williams.
Okay, do you spell it C-O-R?
O-R-R-I-E.
And you just go to play your last name for the record, please.
W-I-L-L-I-A-M-S.
Thank you.
Corey, okay, Ms. Williams, apologize. Are you employed?
I am.
And who is your employer?
Reverse Mortgage Solutions?
And is that the plaintiff in this action?
Yeah.
And does Reverse Mortgage Solutions maintain business records regarding this particular loan?
We do.
And have you reviewed those records in preparation for today?
I have.
I'm going to hand you a stack of documents. If you could just briefly inform the court what those documents are and describe them.
Okay. The first one is the adjustable rate note. The second document is the Bailey acknowledgement. The third document is the lost note affidavit of compliance. And the fourth is the adjustable rate home equity conversion mortgage. The fifth is the assignment of mortgage. The sixth document is a certification of debt. The seventh is the loan balance history from RMS, or Reverse Mortgage Solutions. And then the eighth is the internal payoff statement, or our judgment figures.
And in your preparation for today's trial, did you see those documents within RMS's records?
Yes, I have.
And are you familiar with how RMS maintains and creates its business records?
Yes.
And with specificity, these documents you listed for the court, are those documents made and maintained by RMS in the ordinary course of business?
They are.
And are they made by persons with knowledge of what those records reflect at or about the time they are made or received?
Yes, they are.
And are they made as part of RMS's regular business practice?
Yes.
And are they kept in RMS's ordinary course of business?
They are.
Your Honor, I'd like to move those in as composite exhibit 1 at this time.
They'll be admitted.
Ms. Williams, was RMS in possession of the original note prior to filing the complaint?
We were.
And what did RMS do with that original note?
We sent it to our attorney firm, Robertson and Schuster's.
And was that in September of 2016?
September 6th, yes.
So RMS provided the note to Robertson, Anschutz, and Schneid to hold on to it for RMS as their bailee. Correct.
That is correct.
And are you aware of any entity or the note being lawfully seized by a different entity?
No.
Going to hand you a proposed final judgment.
So when you delivered it to Robertson and Anschutz, has Robertson and Anschutz brought the note to court today?
They did not.
Because why?
It was lost in their possession.
Okay, thank
And
you.
Your Honor, I actually have Kristen Isaias from our firm who I'll listen to some
Okay,
testimony.
just
as well
wanted to
about
make
that.
sure we
Yeah.
tied the loose ends together.
No, and
Go
I
ahead.
appreciate that, Your Honor. Hand you the proposed final judgment. Have you reviewed that judgment prior to today?
Yes, I have.
Does it accurately reflect the amounts paid by Reverse Mortgage Solutions?
It does.
And are you asking the court to enter that final judgment today?
Yeah.
Your Honor, I have no further questions for Ms. Williams unless the court has any questions.
Let me just look at the numbers.
And I can maybe preemptively address some of that, Your Honor. Everything should be pretty self-explanatory with the exception of the remaining corporate advances.
Yes.
We actually, the last exhibit that was in that composite we provided and entered is a breakdown of the corporate advances. It actually totals a little over 40,000. You'll notice the plaintiff is actually only seeking 23. Part of that remaining 16,000, if not all of it, will be hazard insurance for the last 6 years as well as taxes.
What's intro month?
So if you look at the cover page of that collection of documents you're holding in your hand right now, Your Honor,
Yeah.
you'll see that it was created on a certain date and then good through August 31st.
Okay, so that's just updating.
Yeah, so the intra month will actually be the per diem for mortgage insurance and interest from when it was generated until the end of the month that it's good for.
So Judge Murphy and I were having this discussion. Why do you have mortgage insurance on a reverse?
That's actually paid to HUD. HUD's the one that insures it, and they're paying HUD for that insurance. So Like all insurance, it's a gamble about whether the loan will actually be underwater or not. And if it's not, HUD gets to keep all that mortgage insurance that the client's been paying. And if it is underwater, like most of these, then HUD ends up paying whatever in a traditional mortgage would be a deficiency.
Okay. Okay, so a couple questions. I have, let's see, so 3, 3, 8, 11, 13, asking for 14. Okay. All right, I've gone through this. It passes the straight face test in terms of the advances. Okay, so, yeah, no, 14, 16. Okay, got it. Go ahead, next witness. Please state your name.
Kristen Macias, Masias.
Kristen with a C or a K?
With a K, K-R-I-S.
T-I-N?
T-E-N.
T-E-N, so tricky. All right, thank you. Go ahead.
Ms. Macias, are you employed?
Yes.
And who's your employer?
Robertson, Anschutz, and Schneid.
And how are they related to this action?
They are the plaintiff counsel.
How long have you been employed? And we'll call it RAS. How long have you been employed at RAS?
7.5 years.
And what's your current position for RAS?
Currently the manager of our original documents department.
And are you familiar with the business records that RAS regularly creates and maintains?
Yes.
And have you reviewed those records relating to this matter in preparation for today?
Yes.
Do the business records reflect when the original note was received by RAS?
Yes, the original note was received by RAS on September 6th of 2016.
When the original note was received, did the firm make a copy of the front and back of the original note?
Yes.
And your review of the original note, did it indicate that it was endorsed in blank upon receipt by the firm?
Yes.
I'm going to hand you a document. If you could just let the court know what that document is.
The certification of possession.
And did you see this document in your review of RAS's business records?
Yes.
And after RAS received the original note, do you know where it was kept?
In our in-house vault.
And when did the firm realize that the original note was missing?
June of 2017.
And the Brazos business records indicate what efforts were taken to locate the original note?
Yes, we did a 2-week search of the firm as well as our in-house vault. And then it was discovered after the 2-week search that the original note was unable to be located.
The note that's attached to that certification of possession, is that the condition the note was received?
Yes, it's a copy of the note, the same condition in which it was received as the original.
I'll hand you one more document, if you could inform the court what that document is.
Lost note affidavit of compliance.
And who is that affidavit executed by?
This one is executed by the original documents supervisor. Her name is Sasha Radigan.
And this last note affidavit confirm the testimony you've just given the court?
Yes.
Regarding the certification of possession and this lost note affidavit, are those documents made and maintained by RAS in the ordinary course of business?
Yes.
Are they made by persons with knowledge of what those records reflect at or about the time they are made?
Yes.
Are they made as part of RAS's regular business practice?
Yes.
Are they kept in RAS's ordinary course of business?
Yes.
Is RAS aware of the note being lawfully seized by an entity?
Yes.
Or
I meant, no, sorry, I'm so sorry. I totally apologize. I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
I'll
I
ask
mean,
you
like,
to-
it's worth it just to watch the
Yeah.
expression on his face.
So
Has the note, to your knowledge, or pursuant to the records of Robertson and Shenson Schneider, been transferred to anyone hypothecated, encumbered, or otherwise
No.
disposed of? Okay, so as far as you know, the note has always been at RAS. It was like,
Yes,
it was epic. It was great.
It's Friday.
You've had it, you lost it, it hasn't gone anywhere, you just can't find it.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
I have no further questions for the witness. Oh, actually, asked to move the lost note affidavit executed by RAS and the certification of possession as composite exhibit 2.
Amen. Thank you. The court finds it as jurisdiction over the subject matter and the parties, and based upon the court's review of the evidence in this case, the court enters the final judgment of foreclosure, and there's a sale date in this case of
The written
January 2nd. You know what? I know we don't have sales on that date. I know we're closed. So January 7th. I know we do have sales that date. Okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
So, enters the final judgment as though the entire pronouncements contained in the final judgment were verbally announced as the court hearing, canceling the note. Thank you.
Yeah.
Have a good one.
I know. And that's, Your Honor, this is actually my last trial for the firm too, so it was a great way to go out with that. I'm sure my fix was
Okay, I did US Bank versus Celebration Point, right? Thanks. Yes, because they're gone. Okay, so now I'm back, I'm just down to Wilmington versus, no, Wilmington didn't show up. So the last one is, you guys, which is Deutsche Bank versus Carter. Do I have anybody else other than Deutsche Bank versus Carter left? No, okay. Are you good?
Yeah, actually, we're just completely striking the property preservation in itself, because that breakdown on the, on that sheet includes attorney fees.
Yeah, I know. It's like, it looks like they're either
that.
double or triple counting or something. So,
We just struck the whole, fee line.
okay, so let me just see, where is that? Okay, so,
Oh, I was altering, I'm sorry.
so what am I taking out? Oh, 12, okay, got it.
The whole, yeah, so.
Yeah, so what's the revised amount then?
I just did. It's, I'm sorry, I'm dyslexic, so I can't read numbers.
That's okay.
I'll reverse the number when I read it, so we just.
That's what I was trying to figure out, 301, 15428.
Yep.
Okay, I'm good with that. I'm gonna
Yeah,
give you
they-
that back, because that's your copy.
Yeah,
You're set 1029.
Don't go in a career that you have to do public speaking. That's what the teachers told me, so.
Just one for her.
Okay, so listen, wait, okay, here it is, okay. So do I have a trust? Okay. you're gonna have to bond the lost note. Because here's the thing, they last looked for this lost note in 2013. That's not convincing to me to have looked for it 5 years ago. So, and it's a trust, and by trusts by their nature expire, so there would be nobody to come against. So,
Actually, so go confirm, I'm gonna just copy that because she's writing in additional language. Yeah, that's better. Yeah, when I was in school, they said, don't do, the teachers were like, I couldn't, like, read out loud the books and stuff anymore, and I could circle them.
Oh, dyslexia.
Yes, I would
My daughter
like-
used for reading comprehension, so I had to get her like a 504. It was horrible day.
Yeah, well, actually, so I never did special testing because my brother.
okay, so I ordered a modest bond of 50,000. Just because I understand everybody's defaulted and it's a mess, but they didn't look for the lost note. You know, they should have updated the default affidavit. So, yeah. Okay. Other than that, you're good.
Okay, I'm just gonna have her copied instead of.
Yeah, absolutely. So the court enters the final judgment of foreclosure, finding it same as appropriate, enters it as though the contents of the written order were fully announced on the record here. I've canceled the copy, I believe, of the lost note. Let me make sure I did that. And would specifically in this case commend the guardian ad litem as doing a really fantastic job. We don't always see that. A lot of times we have to drag the guardian ad litems kicking and screaming to do what they're supposed to do. Sometimes they phone it in. You did a great job. Thank you.
And they get upset with me when I come and they get my bill and they go, "We don't want you coming." And you don't even know that I
You can't tell me.
And I tell them, I go,
You're not the boss
judges
to me.
Want me coming? And so
Yeah.
I'm protecting you. And I try to explain it to them, and they're like, so then I go, I'll let the judge decide on my fee then, because that's really what it boils down to. So I appreciate that. Thank you.
You're welcome. I appreciate it. Can I get a form order so I can do an order of dismissal for failure to show at trial on Bloomington?
Yeah. No, so no. Yeah, I'm just gonna get the copy.
Okay.
Yeah, that's, so when I, was growing up and doing it, and then, that's why, like, sometimes when I'm reading an order, I have to put time in the meeting.
Oh my
And once
God.
Are we off or are we streaming?
My daughter just wants to put some tapes. I get her like
Yeah.
Florida State.
We're still streaming, but this is all.
That's good.
And I got her additional time, and I got her a full scholarship.
Good job.
Because they have a vocational rehab state of Florida, gives scholarships for like learning issues. And since she has ADD and dyslexia, I got a five-year scholarship for her, including books. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I went to my undergrad, I went to Wheaton, and I was on a little academic but athletic scholarship. So.
That's
Only
what sport.
Soccer and softball.
Bye, guys. Have a great day.
Thanks so much. Have a great weekend. That's a great story.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you.
Okay, do you have a blank down there?
Oh, yeah?
That part of it?
Surgery for scoliosis in December, so she can't cheer third year. She wanted to number 4, George.
Yeah.
George, I'm seeing, I'll come to you on Sunday.
Oh, that's Kamenet? Bloomington versus Kamenet?
Yeah.
There you go. That's his stuff.
Okay.
All right, I'm done. Thank you.
And I try to appeal it. So she started spring. And for her, it was a big deal, because she knew that this was really rush.
Yeah.
And this is the extra one that we'll see it on.
I had D1.
Okay.
Offer at PC in Greenfield.
Yeah, I'm good.
It was only on Friday, not on
Thank you.
Thursday. And then I actually went to Fairfield, and then first semester, one of the goalies, she busted her knee when she was a junior, and she was on athletics, and she was so upset.
Hi.
Have a good weekend. She was so upset because they weren't going to renew her scholarship. She did 3 years of education. So I was like, I'm gonna go to a D3 school and just use this. So I was like, right, if that messes up, then
You have a backup.
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that was.
Ms. Vice Secretary?
Yes.
Not stable. And all the pages are similar, so here's
Okay.
one copy.
Thank you.